Life can change in an instant. For many wheelchair users, the struggle to push forward is a daily challenge.
After years of development and countless prototypes, we created Rib Grips, the revolutionary wheelchair hand rim covers with built-in ribs for ultimate grip and comfort.
No more slick surfaces, no more heat burns, just pure, reliable grip. Rib Grips, empowering you to push forward with ease. Rib Grips, get a grip on your freedom. Discover the difference. Visit ribgrips.com and use promo code GRIP today. You just found the perfect product that helps with staying cool during hot summer runs. No more gross warm water. Stay cool with this product from Gear Handle. This hydration tube cover helps keep your water cool and easily accessible. Stay hydrated during those long summer runs or even delay from freezing in the winter. Plus, they're compatible with various brands of water bladders and come in various colors. Visit gearhandle.com and use promo code H2O today.
Hey everyone, you're listening to The Public Affair with me, Andrew G. I see someone different every episode, but do me a favor, keep it between us. Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Andrew G, and welcome to another, I should say, interesting episode of The Public Affair. Before we get started with this really informative episode, I definitely want to use this opportunity to thank you guys again so much for all the love and support. It really means the world to me that every week you guys don't let me down, you continue to watch, and I just really want to use this opportunity to thank you guys again so much for all the support. You guys are the best. I love you all so much. I can't say it enough, and like exude how much I mean it. So thank you guys so much. Big shout out to Rogue Media Network, of course. We got Mike and Allison always producing and editing my episodes. We got Jeffrey here today. He's giving me pajama vibes. I love it. Hey, Jeffrey. Okay, so before we get started with my very special guest, I definitely want to use this opportunity to give a shout out to just a few of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to you by Four Brothers Construction with my boy Joe Olvera. He provides custom home designs and renovations. He also focuses on roofing, remodeling, plumbing, tree removal, electrical work, and so much more. Joe and his entire team of delicious men are building affordable dream homes for you. I love that. I love that guy so much. He's been an avid supporter of this show for the longest time, and I just want to use this opportunity during his ad to thank him so much and embrace him virtually. Joe Olvera, thank you so much for everything you do for The Public Affair. Make sure you guys call the number on your screen for the next consultation with Four Brothers Construction. Of course, my boy Frank Biza with B&J Refinishing. He focuses on resurfacing bathtubs, counters, sinks, tiles, and more to original showroom quality, darling. He offers 5-year warranty on most work and has the best prices in town. That guy is a true hustler, a true entrepreneur. You can also hit him up for inflatables like a mechanical bull. Ooh, I gotta get one. Margarita machines, tables, chairs, a foam machine, and so much more, making all your parties super duper litty kitty. My boy Frank Biza has been another advent sponsor of The Public Affair. I truly appreciate you, bro. Best of luck to everything that you're doing. That guy, you can't stop him. Can't stop Frank Biza. I love him so much. Of course, to my boy David Santavanez with Alinea Real Estate. The #1 sales agent in his office to help you buy a home or sell your property. Make sure you follow him on Facebook at David with Alinea or call the number on the screen, darling, for all your real estate inquiries. Me and David got to catch up the other day. That guy is doing really well. And we're actually planning a good old lunch at, you guessed it, Pee-wee's Crab Cakes on the Go in Hewitt, Texas with my girl Anika Armstrong, serving the most authentic Cajun cuisine, darling. We have to say that again. The most authentic Cajun cuisine with a wide selection of signature crab cakes, pasta, seafood, and more. My favorite is the blackened chicken seafood pasta. I love rolling around in it so much. And the top recommended is the Southern Fried Catfish Special, served with seafood pasta, potato salad, and 6 fried shrimp. The fish is topped with Who Dat sauce. I'm not going to tell you what it is because you got to head over to 108 Jim Drive in Hewitt or order online at orderpeeweescrabcakesonthego.com. My girl Anika Armstrong, she's about to have some brunch too. She's opening for brunch soon. My girl Anika's not playing games. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to Midway Nutrition with my boy Marcos Golero, located at 511 North Hewitt Drive. He offers meal replacement shakes with tons of different flavors and delicious teas, darlings. My favorites are the Honey Nut Cheerios, the Gladiator, and the Cherry Berry tea is absolutely scrumptious. Make sure you head there for your delicious meal replacement, especially when you want to look all snatched. You know, summertime's coming up, and he's going to help you out with that. My boy Marcos Golero, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Oh, and I can't go on without thanking Miss Sonia Childers with Sonia's Event Planning and Rentals. She's an event planner that specializes in wedding, quinceañeras, baby showers, corporate events, and more. Appointments only. So take the stress of planning your event off your shoulder. Reach out to schedule a consultation at childers1994@yahoo.com or call the number on the screen. My girl Sonia just came through for me this past weekend with that gorgeous chair for my photo shoot. Thank you so much, Sonia. You are the GOAT. I truly appreciate you. Thank you for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. All right, guys. So I am very, very I should say I am excited to do this episode. We're taking a bit of a different direction on this episode. I really like talking on true topics. And for this particular episode, I really have sat on it for actually quite a few months. I knew that I always wanted to have this person on to tell his story, and I just didn't know if it would be inappropriate, if you will. This person is a cancer survivor, and I really wanted to have this person on the show to tell his story about how he was able to overcome it all. I just felt like now was the right time. Recently, I've had a lot of family members affected with that disease, and I just really wanted to use this platform to help him share his story and hope give maybe help people give some hope, if you will, if that came out right. Okay. Without further ado, I'm more than honored and more than thankful to welcome Mr. Robert Arechiga to the Public Affair. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
I said it. We were practicing outside. You said I can roll my R's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How you doing? I was trying to be gangster about it, but okay. Now Robert came in with the headphones all like, I thought we were making a mixtape here for a second. I thought we were gonna start rapping. Okay. Now Robert, don't forget we gotta get you to talk on the mic. All right. Okay.
Yeah,
we want to hear you. Okay.
All right.
No. Honestly, I'm. Like I was just telling the viewers, I was really nervous actually to hit you. I know we've met before in passing, and I really, yes, and I really wanted to have you on the show because I know that you're a cancer survivor. You're relatively young, and I know that that's a very sensitive subject to talk about. Obviously, it affects a lot more people than we want it to, and it's a disgusting disease. But you survived it. And I really hope that some people that watch this episode can, it'll kind of give them that string of hope, if you will, if that sounds right.
Give them a fighting chance.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I'm sure it was difficult for you, and I definitely want to get into it. So first of all, just really thank you for agreeing to come on. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you for reaching out to me.
No,
of course. It's an honor.
Thank you. You watched The Public Affair. I know. I actually, not too long ago, I just posted that video of you.
Yeah, I was watching DJ Renee.
DJ Renee, DJ Axe. That's how
Alex,
we met. You didn't know who I was, which I was.
Not that I didn't know. I just couldn't remember your name. Yeah.
I'm that person. I know.
I was supposed to be doing my school. I was working, and Nadia hears it, and what are you doing? You get caught doing something you're not supposed to.
Right.
I'm watching it.
He was like, no, well, excuse me. The exact words were, and who's that guy? Okay. So nice. No, I'm kidding. And then now you're here. So it's, I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful because I've really felt like it was important to touch on this subject. I know I talk about a lot of real things on this show. And this is a real thing. Unfortunately, this is a real thing that people go through. And I just really just wanted to touch on it. But before we get started with all that, can we have you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about who you are and such, please. Life growing up.
All right. I'm born and raised right here in Waco, Texas. This is my home. North side, south side, Belmead. I lived out there too.
Oh, is Belmead like past East Side? Mm-hmm. Is that considered East Side or not?
I don't consider East Side.
You don't consider East Side.
Once you pass over that little bridge, it's Belmead.
Oh well, Belmead's the mud.
Yeah.
Okay, I learned that when the DJs were on.
Yeah, that's how I met Renee and Adrian and them.
Yeah.
I went to school with them.
Okay.
And so I'm born from here. Bradley's 28. I'm married 10 years now to my high school sweetheart.
Shout out Nadia. She's so hot. I love her.
Yeah. She be trying to work out. I'm like, no, you gotta slow down. Let me catch up.
Nadia's working out.
Yeah.
Hey, please, I want to look like Nadia. Okay.
I know, beautiful.
She's gorgeous.
And we got 3 kids: a 9-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, boys, all boys.
All boys.
Man, they run me crazy.
Oh, really?
The little one. Have you ever seen on Facebook the little gorilla with the big gorilla say "Testing my gangster"?
Oh yeah.
That's Jason.
Oh, that's the youngest one.
He tests me all the time. Man.
Is he a back talker or what is he doing?
Back talker and everything. I got electrocuted back in was it September?
Oh,
the week of September. I got electrocuted fixing my house. I was about to sell it.
Yeah.
And he bullies me, man. He'll come and daddy.
Oh wow!
I got electrocuted. He's funny, but he's that boy right there giving me a run for my money.
Oh, okay, got you.
The other 2, they're good.
Yeah. Are you guys stopping, or are you trying to have a daughter?
I can't have no more.
We're gonna talk. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm really okay. We're gonna talk about why you can't in just a minute. Okay. But I apologize for that. That's completely spaced out. But hey, can we talk a little bit about your life growing up and stuff? So you mentioned that you are from Waco and stuff. What kind of person were you growing up? I mean, were you that kind of kid that was getting in mischief, or were you kind of a relatively good kid?
Well, what's crazy, I was good up until like 3rd, 4th grade.
Yeah.
And something just switched in me. I just didn't want to take nobody's BS no more. I didn't care who you were, what it was about. I just wasn't gonna take it no more.
Oh, okay.
I was a quiet kid. I actually didn't start talking until I was 5.
Oh, right,
my
really?
Mom and dad. I don't know why. Then I had a tumor in my back when I was around that age, so I walked with like a hunch.
Okay.
It was about the size of a golf ball in my
wow.
back. I got a huge scar.
Really? Oh, okay.
The same as I got 2 now, front and back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this from cancer. That one from when I was 5
From
or 6.
the lump,
tumor.
or the tumor. Excuse me. Okay.
And so just in 4th grade, I just flipped the script, and I just started getting a lot of trouble, talking bad.
Okay.
I ain't really getting fights at that moment. I was just more talking back, just being rebellious.
Okay, got you.
5th grade, got in more trouble. 6th grade, a little more. Then when I hit 7th grade, that's when I became started fighting a lot more.
Right. Okay.
From 7th grade all the way up until I was 18, and all I did was fight.
Did it stem from bullying though, or were you just being like?
Well, I was always small, you know.
Oh,
you can see
okay.
now I was smaller than what I am now. You know, I was probably like 5 foot tall, 120, not like 90 pounds. I was small.
Okay,
I was
got
real
you.
small.
Yeah.
And
So you just had the little man syndrome.
yeah,
if you will.
I guess so,
Yeah.
And everybody thought was bigger than me. I never really fought somebody smaller than me, or
Right.
younger, and that just stemmed from me just being a protector.
Okay,
It's
got
crazy
you.
that my friend just got out of prison the other day, and we were talking about it.
Uh-huh.
He blames me. He like, you fought because you Arechiga.
Oh wow.
I'm like, nah, man, it's because of you. You know, you
Yeah,
fought
yeah.
somebody's girl or something.
Okay.
And I had to defend you.
Oh, so he went to jail because of you, is what he's saying. Come on.
No. When we got older, we kind of,
Yeah.
I went to the good route. He continued.
Oh, okay, got you.
I just, as I got older, teenage and high school, my sister was a year above me.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
had the same friends.
Right.
And I just, at that time, I was a protector,
Okay,
I
got
wasn't
you.
gonna let nobody disrespect my friend, disrespect
right.
me, talk bad to us, especially if they weren't around.
Okay.
Then I was taught growing up, they get in that space.
Yeah.
You hit first, ask later.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I hit first, ask later.
And okay.
Then my pops, he didn't make it easier. He told me, he always told me, do what you got to do.
Oh wow, really?
So I fought, I felt like I justified it by saying, "What Dad? You said, do what I got to do." And then I slowed down when me and Nadia had Jordan.
Okay.
Right out of high school, man.
Oh, so you guys were young parents.
18.
Oh wow. Okay.
She got pregnant that April of 2012.
Yeah.
He came early in December of 2012, but that's what really slowed me down.
Okay, got you.
I would have been, if it wasn't for her, the baby, or Jordan, I would have been locked up there right now, honestly.
Wow, really? Okay.
I wasn't stopping.
So having the kids just saved your life. Okay.
Really, yeah.
And again,
Turned around, whole 360.
yeah, they say that happens, and then a lot of the reasons it says that you were acting out that way or whatever is just really because you were just instilled with that mentality, right?
Yeah.
Would you say it was like the environment had anything to do with it that you grew up in, or?
Well, yeah.
I mean, was home life pretty good and stuff, or?
It was good to a point.
Okay.
It started getting better, but as growing up as a kid, and my dad, he sold drugs.
Oh,
we were
okay, got you.
Every 3 months we were moving, man.
Oh, wow.
I was never in one place for too long to
Right.
to Belmead.
Mm-hmm.
But as a kid, I remember one time we were staying on Trice. The feds came and raided the house and took him in front of me.
wow.
I'm a little kid, bro.
Right,
So,
right. Did that make you mad? Did that make you angry?
At law enforcement, it did.
It did, okay.
I seen them as
It was like the bad guys.
yeah.
Okay.
Because I was like, man, my dad just trying to take care of us,
Right.
And my uncles did it, my cousins did it, I did it for a little bit.
Okay.
So it's just something you grew into.
Right.
And my man, it was crazy, man. Growing up, you asked me what I wanted to do. I was a knucklehead, so I was like, man, I want to be a kingpin in Waco. Ain't nothing gonna go on without me knowing about it.
Oh, okay. So that was like your mindset.
Yeah.
But like as a kid too, you're not realizing, hey, that's not the way to go. Like, you know what I mean? It's like all the men in my family are doing this. You know what I mean?
It's
So
all I
I should
knew.
be doing it
Yeah,
too.
that's all I knew.
Oh, okay. No, but that makes sense. But now obviously you don't think that way.
No, my dad. I said it got better later because my mom and dad they started going to church and
Oh, good.
they didn't start taking it serious till I was 18.
Okay.
So we lived our life and.
Right.
Now they're big in their assistants of the pastors.
Right,
they
right.
run the HDR program out of church. And
Okay.
they're Christian people. They're good
Yeah.
examples. I look
sure.
up to them. But as growing up, it wasn't there. So kind of like, dang, why can't you have this when I was a kid?
Right, right.
I probably would have turned out a lot different.
No, but like, don't you agree that maybe
do
those
that.
things happened for a reason?
Yeah.
Do you know what I
It
mean?
made
Like,
me.
yeah,
It made me firm. It made me tough.
for sure.
And that's part of reason why I believe I made it through a lot of things I did go through.
Right, right. Yeah.
My mentality of you hit me hard, I'm gonna hit you back harder.
Okay, got you.
So that helped me get through a lot of things.
Right, right. Okay, so you know what? That's a perfect entryway to start this next topic of the conversation. So I invited Robert Arechiga to the public affair. Like I mentioned earlier, Robert is a cancer survivor. Okay, and I understand that once again that is a very sensitive topic, but I really want to thank you for agreeing to come on because I definitely have questions about how you were able to overcome it. So starting with getting diagnosed with cancer. Okay. So how old were you? Because you were relatively young from what I understand.
At that time it was 2017. I was just turned 22 that year.
Okay. Yeah. And so you guys only had one child at the time, right? Or two?
We already had two. She was pregnant with the third.
Okay.
We had Jason in May of 2017. I got diagnosed at September, October of 2017.
Oh, okay. Got you. Yeah. So how does that whole thing happen? I mean, and first of all, let's start with, how did you find out?
I was having a pain in my left side, a testicle.
Okay.
For starting in 2016, matter of fact. I got hired at juvenile probation, and we started working out with some friends. So I thought it was just a growing pain, I ignored it for a whole year. Yeah. I was ignorant. I ain't like going to the doctor.
So the pain was consistent for a year. Okay. A year. And it was your left testicle. Yeah. Okay. Got you.
And I ignored it for a year, man, because I don't like going to the doctor. And my family history, there's a kidney failure, diabetes, liver cirrhosis, stuff like that. I just ain't want to deal with, And it was actually Jason's third month checkup. Okay. And we got the same primary doctor. Right. And in August, I was taking a shower and I ain't lie, scrubbing. I did it and it hurt really, really bad, more than usual. Right. So out of curiosity, I started feeling. I felt a lump. I kind of pressed on it. It felt like one of them buttons on the poppy buttons. Okay. It didn't pop or nothing like that. But right. Something like that. Like that shouldn't be there. Right. And so was there no visual sign? I mean, okay, got you. I was good, bro. I was fit. So you don't even like right? Okay. And I was the type of person, as a teenager, I was outside with no t-shirt on in the cold playing football with my friends. Oh, okay, got you. I couldn't catch a cold, couldn't catch a strep throat. I didn't catch from my mama. I just couldn't catch no sickness. Right. So I thought I was invisible. I ain't gonna lie. Okay. But when that was going on, we're at Jason's third month checkup, and Nadia told Dr. Steele, hey, and can you check Robert? He got some pain there. Right. He knows me. He's been my primary doctor since I was 13. Okay, got you. So it's like, let me check you out, Robert. I know you're not come back. Right. So I'm like, okay, So I dropped my pants. He checking. He's talking to me, And he made a face when I said it's the left one. He went to the right one first to check it. Yeah. Went to the left one, and when he touched it, I died. I hurt. Okay. He made a face. Yeah. And when he made that face, the atmosphere changed, bro. That was it. Yeah, I can tell it was something serious about his face. I've known him since I was 13. Yeah. So I know him. And made that kind of face and like, we gotta do blood work, Robert. Right. And okay, then let's do blood work. Right. You know what, Robert? I definitely want to get more into it, of course. So we're going to hold that thought. But we're going to take a quick break, okay? And when we get back, I definitely want to learn more about your diagnosis. I want to learn more about how you overcame it. Yeah. And Robert is going to tell us a really, really compelling story about how he was able to overcome cancer at such a young age. So we're going to take a quick break, guys, and we will be right back on The Public Affair. Hey, guys, I hope that you guys are enjoying this episode of The Public Affair. Before we get more with Robert Arechiga, I definitely want to use this opportunity to give a shout out to some of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to you by my boy Sid Rodriguez with Elite Barbershop located at Hewitt Drive. You can call the number on the screen to book or download the Cut app, and walk-ins are welcome as well. He also has Marcus Guerrero, Chris Reyes, Santos Cordova, David Rodriguez, Isaac, and two new barbers, Clint and Isai, over there cutting your hair, making you look super duper snackish. To Elite Barbershop, thank you guys so much for making me look really, really good on all my episodes of The Public Affair since the very beginning. Sid Rodriguez, you're the GOAT, bro. Keep your head up and keep doing you. I love you, love you, love you so much. Of course, the Banda's hauling service with Julian and Ana Banda. They rent dump trailers. You fill it up and they haul it away. They also do junk removals and tree brush removals and haul cars in and out of town. Make sure you book now with the number on the screen. I always feel like that's that company you don't feel like you need until you actually need it. Sometimes the city's not coming to pick up all that stuff. You got to call Julian. Julian's got your back, bro. Thank you so much, the Banda's hauling service, for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Ooh, to Jay Petal and Poke with Junior Fuentes, Thomas Roberts, and the entire family. They provide delicious, savory Japanese crepes and poke bowls
pretzels, which sounds amazing for dinner tonight. They also have handcrafted Thai rolled ice cream for dessert. You can choose from the menu or create your own, like I like to do, because I like being in control, even though I'm a little submissive. Okay. The locations are on University Park Drive and Hewitt Drive, and you can order online at jpedaltx.com. Thank you, JPedal and Poke, for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Ooh, of course, to Embrace Fitness with Lisette Luna and Amanda Switzerland. They teach group fitness classes that are fun and dynamic, darling. They specialize in total body workouts by Excolat and by Jackie, and Zumba Steps. Monday classes are Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. You can also contact them to rent the building out for parties and small events. I've been to several parties over there. I think I've seen you over there, right? Over there in China Spring. Yeah. Okay. To Embrace Fitness with Lisette Luna and Amanda Switzerland. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. And of course, to Lexus Auto Detail and Shine with Alex and Griselda Benitez, independently owned detail business. They take their time, but they do it absolutely right. They get every single corner. Set an appointment and they come to you. Make sure you contact them on the number on the screen to Lexus Auto Detail and Shine. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair and for making my car look super snackish. I appreciate you guys. All right, guys, we're going to get right back into it with Mr. Robert Arechiga and his story about surviving cancer. Thank you guys for tuning into this episode. Here we go. Hey guys, welcome back to this episode of The Public Affair with Mr. Robert Arechiga. Before we took off, Robert was just getting to where he was telling us that the doctor was feeling his left testicle and then detected the cancer. You mentioned that the atmosphere changed, and you said that in his face you can tell that something was wrong. Is it just a heart dropping moment for you, or can you explain to us what was going on at that moment for you?
At that moment, I just knew something was wrong.
Okay.
And it wasn't gonna go away by itself.
Right.
Then when he said let's go do blood work.
Okay.
Even then, we did the blood work, and I had to wait for the results. It's not like he knew something was wrong, but he just didn't know what it was. So we did the blood work, and we went back like a week or two later, and that's when he told us the news. Robert, that I had that my blood work showed that abnormal cancer.
Okay, got you.
And Nadia went with me, my wife. She went with me, and she actually was the one that cried about it. I didn't cry. I just kind of okay, sure.
But did you have were you feeling emotional at that moment, or did you just have because you mentioned growing up, you always had this tough exterior that you had to be tough about everything. Yeah. Were you just trying to stay strong in front of your wife, or inside were you breaking down?
Yeah, exactly. He said, my wife's there, she's crying already. Me being the man, I couldn't break down in front of her while she's already crying. I had to be tough, not for myself, but for her. I had to comfort her, even though I'm the one getting diagnosed with it, and she's crying. I'm her everything, I'm her man, and so I stayed tough for her. And it was crazy. I took a picture while she was crying to help myself laugh.
Oh wow.
It was mean, but I couldn't break down at that moment. Okay.
Well, everything at this point is just kind of like a defense mechanism for you, or a coping mechanism.
Yeah, a denial. Complete denial.
Right. So you didn't want to believe what he said.
Yeah, I couldn't. Okay. I mean, like I told you earlier, I couldn't catch a cold outside playing with my shirt off, playing football in the cold. Mm-hmm. Not let alone you tell me I got cancer.
And then I think it's important to note too that you were 22 at the time.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of people think maybe that it's only a disease that maybe older people get. You know what I mean?
My grandma, she had the kidney failure, and my grandma, she was old. My cousin, he caught it too. He was younger, but they say it's hereditary. It's passed down through the bloodline.
Oh, really? Okay.
And nobody in my family we know of had cancer, except for my mama's side had breast cancer.
Right.
And she passed away when I was in junior high.
Okay. Your mother did, or
my mother's aunt?
Your mother's aunt. Yeah, okay, gotcha.
She passed away when I was in junior high. And so he came back. He'd tell us that 2 weeks later, and he we have to go do a ultrasound. And I'm like, ultrasound, that's for women.
Oh, okay.
But they did it to just measure the thickness or the width of the lump.
And it was testicular cancer.
Yeah, testicular cancer.
Okay, got you. Yeah.
And once I got that blood work, bro, it just went fast. Boom, boom, boom. One thing to the next.
Oh, wow.
And so we went from the blood work to him telling us, you look like you have cancer. We want to do an ultrasound. Went to go do the ultrasound. And when we coming back, it's not looking good. We're going to have to have surgery, take it out. Went to go see the another doctor, a specialist.
Yeah. Okay.
I went to go see him. He told me about it. He told me what we're going to have to do, surgery, and then if it didn't go away, then chemo.
Okay.
So I told him, all right, that's cool. I ain't worried about it. Let's do it.
Right. Now at this point, excuse me, is it the type of surgery that they think, because you mentioned that it was a lump on your testicle, so is it something that they think they can just take out, or I really don't know?
That's what I thought. No,
okay.
they took out the whole thing. It's like it looked like a golf stick, bro. Like the testicle, then got like the vines or whatever it's called. I don't know the medical terms of it. Yeah, but if you look at a golf stick, that's how it looked like.
Oh, wow.
Took it out. I asked for a picture.
The cancer does.
No, what they took out.
Oh, got you.
Yeah,
okay.
The cancer itself, it looked like a freaking wart.
Oh wow,
you
really?
Get blisters and pimples. That's what it looked like.
Wow. Okay.
I asked for a picture. I should have had him email it to me, send me a picture of it.
Okay.
But I asked Dr. Espany, I'm like, hey, can you take a picture when you take it out?
Yeah.
And he was cool. Like, yeah, I will. He took it out, and when I went back, like follow up checkup, he showed me a picture, and it looked like a golf stick, man. Then the thing just looked nasty, you know.
Okay, gotcha.
But he told me good news though. He said, Robert, looks good. You know, it didn't invade that stem.
Oh, okay.
It didn't invade it. Like, yeah. Okay, that's good. But we had to wait another week or so before all the healings go down.
Right.
Before we did another body scan.
Were you still in the hospital at this time?
No, I was out.
Okay, so it was kind of like an outpatient type thing?
Yeah,
okay.
I went in that morning. We did the surgery. I was out that same day.
Okay.
I went home and I recovered. And then, after I recovered, about a week after I recovered, I had to go back in for like follow up.
It's just checkup. Okay.
Yeah, and that's when he told me that it looked good. The cancer stayed on that testicle. It didn't go up the stem or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So he was positive. Like, this may be it, but you know, we got to do another body scan once it all dies down.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go do the body scan. You know, I'm thinking, you know, I'm good. Ain't nothing wrong. And that's when they seen that it skipped all that and went straight to the lymph nodes in my kidney. Around my kidney.
Oh wow. Okay.
Which from my understanding isn't supposed to happen. It's supposed to leave a trail. From the way he explained to me.
Okay.
It leaves it like a cookie trail.
Supposed to lead. That's why he was so positive.
Yeah.
Okay. Got you.
Then that's when I went back and he said, it grew into lymph nodes there, and you're gonna have to do chemo and radiology.
Oh, okay.
And that's not his expertise, so I had to go see another doctor. I went to go see him, and at this time I'm big in church. You know, back go back up a little bit. In January, I went to a men's encounter at my church. You know, I've been in church since where you're younger. My dad didn't take serious. I was 18.
For sure.
My mom and dad.
For sure.
So I've been going to the same church forever, about 18 years now. Yeah. And so I went to a men's encounter that January, and I told God, I'm going to serve you. I'm here 100%, you know. And there's a part, I can't get too much into, but there's a part where we make a pact with God. Where we grab, they say, kind of put your hand there, and God, one woman, one guy, one woman, one purpose type of oath saying, I'm going to serve you and be faithful to my wife.
Oh, got you. Okay.
And this ain't my first time being to a men's encounter, but this is the first time I grabbed myself. Because back in the day, that's when they made an oath. We make oath to each other. We won't grab. I swear on my kids, basically. I'm gonna come through on this promise. So that's what it is with God, And that one time, I grabbed myself fully. Grabbed myself like, God, I'm gonna serve you for real about this. And that's in January. So then got diagnosed later that year. And it's just all ironic, bro. It's like,
I'm thinking, you make that pact, okay, and then months later you get diagnosed. Yeah. So are you looking at life different at this point? Are you just kind of like maybe losing faith, if you will? Like, why is this happening to me? Like, you know what I mean?
Honestly, no, I didn't lose faith.
Oh, okay, that's good.
I thought when they first told me, I denied it because it wasn't real to me yet. Right. It wasn't real. Now I prayed about it because it's real big. So I prayed about it. And I was believing what I wanted. What I wanted was God. God sent a prophet, whoever, a stranger, just come pray for me, touch me. You're healed. God says you're healed. You don't got to go through that. That's what I wanted, bro. Yeah. That's what I longed for, to be honest. Right. Because the Bible says he can do that. For sure. For sure. So I wanted that, so I denied I had cancer because you have power in what you speak. So I denied it, verbally denied it. And then when he told me it looked good, I was like, okay, yeah, God's coming through, Okay. Then I do that body scan, and it shows us in my lymph nodes by my kidney. Then I go to Dr. T, as an Indian man. He's pretty cool, but real. He's real. He ain't no sugarcoat nothing, beat around bush. Right. And we were talking about it, and I told him, I was like, well, if I deny going through this chemo, like, what you mean? Like, what you mean deny? Like, not go through it, right? And I believe God's gonna heal me. What if I deny not to do this? And basically said, that's your faith. Whatever you want to do. Okay. And I was like, okay, well, I believe God's gonna heal me through this anyway. Okay.
So you were gonna reject chemo?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. That's my thought. I wanted, like I said, I wanted God to heal me. I didn't want to have to go through that. And that was at the end of November.
Right.
And I had to go to chemo December 17th when we set it up.
Oh wow!
December
right
17th.
Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And after my son's birthday. It was a Monday.
Yeah.
I think it was the 17th. I know it was a Monday though.
Okay.
It was a Monday. And my first day I went, my mama with me, my dad with me, and my mama, she's a nurse. So she wanted to go make sure they're hook me up and everything.
Oh, okay. She want to make sure they're doing everything right.
Yeah, I'm my baby boy. I'm my only son.
Of course.
You know,
yeah.
She's rear guarded with me.
Okay.
And what's crazy is she prayed that when she prayed for me, she was asking God to take it from me and give it to her.
Oh wow.
And, basically, she said God told her, "This ain't your battle.
Oh, okay.
This ain't your fight. I got him. Don't worry." Which is, anyways, I went, man.
Yeah, I was getting emotional for a second. Oh my goodness. Okay. And I don't know how that just touched me. All right.
And I went that first day, and
okay.
Like I said, I was denying it.
Yeah.
I was praying that God was gonna stop me before I got there. Because every time I went, they were doing blood work to make sure the levels were right.
Right.
Well, they weren't right; they were always wrong to me.
And this is again when they're just telling you that it's spread to your kidneys. Is that correct?
Yeah,
like
month after.
Okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
month after. Yeah, all that happened within from September, October to December.
Gotcha.
We're getting a toe, getting a surgery, and so I go see Dr. T first. I got to do my blood work, and I'm sitting there in the chair. I walk in, this little cubicle, is somebody right there, and me. I got they let my mom and dad go back there because it's my first time.
Right.
And I'm sitting there. They're about to hook me up and everything. They're waiting for my blood work to come back. And so I'm thinking, no, it's not come out good. I'm gonna have to go through none of this. I'm good.
Okay.
And no, it came back. I still had cancer. So they're like, okay, let's hook you up to this. I'm gonna give you this chemo treatment, a very aggressive one. And saying like, okay, all right.
And can you explain to us what exactly is the process in taking chemotherapy?
Oh, well, on my way, I didn't get the port at first.
Okay.
Usually people have a port. I want to get it a week later right here, but since I didn't have it, they find a good vein.
Yeah.
They like an IV. They stick you with it, then they hang it up. But the liquid, the chemo ice, cold as ice.
Oh wow.
Cold as ice. They just get it out the freezer or fridge or whatever they have it in, but it's cold as ice. And like IV, they make sure it's a good flow. They put it out and they shoot that saline in it and make sure it's all clean. Because I didn't have a port, they had to stick me in my veins.
Right.
And because it was my first time, I was nervous, I was anxious, I was scared. Honestly, I was afraid.
Yeah.
I was afraid, man.
Okay.
And
like now it's kind of setting in. Is that fair to say? Like this is actually like really happening.
That's when I was like, God, show up, And, and it really hit in when they stuck me. The first needle. I don't like needles, bro.
Yeah. Oof.
I never really liked shots. I really never liked needles.
Yeah, for sure.
So when I want to find a good vein. This is my good arm.
Yeah.
I always get poked here. I even got marks from how they poked me.
Yeah.
And they couldn't get it.
Yeah.
My good vein that is easily withdrawn from, they couldn't get it. So my total probably poked me like 5-6 times right here.
Oh wow. Okay.
Then they jumped to the other arm, another 5-6 times over here, and when they went back, they had to get like a new nurse to come in. She got me on this one, and she flushed. It was all good. And my mom left. My dad stayed there with me, and hooked up the chemo, and it was like ice going through my veins.
Right. Okay.
I could feel it going through, and I just sat there like basically like that.
Okay.
Like just in awe, like this is real.
This is happening. Did the doctors? Because I think a lot of people also think that like you'll only get it if you're like a smoker, you drink it, whatever the case is. Did the doctors ever tell you how yours ever came about? Yeah.
Yeah, I asked him. He said it's a freak accident.
Oh,
a cell grown in the wrong place. It's not testicular cancer ain't hereditary. It's not passed down through the genes.
Okay.
It's not what you. A lot of people told me, oh, you got to change the way you eat, or it's what you ate. It's stuff like that.
Yeah, well, because people think that while it may very well I guess
like smoking, you get lung cancer.
Right. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it would promote it if it would not promote it. What's the word?
Make it more liable.
Yeah,
like
you know what I mean? Yeah. But in your situation, it's not like
freak of nature.
Okay, gotcha.
That's what he told me. Freak. I even researched it myself, and
right.
there's not no blood correlation, nothing like that. It's just a freak accident.
Okay. So then you mentioned that it really sets into reality after your first IV. Okay. And was the cancer like aggressive at this point? I mean, is there stages?
Yeah. Okay. I guess there's a stage 1.
Okay.
And I think they go by A, B, C. Okay. I was in stage 2C because they invaded my lymph nodes and my kidney.
Got you.
So
and were you feeling anything in that area? Because you just were like, okay, it only hurts right here. Mm-hmm. So you would have never even known had you not gone to your checkup, had you not gone to your follow-up.
I would just stop there.
Because I'm not going to lie, Robert, I'm one of those people that I don't go get checked up. And you know, now we should. Yeah, you know what I mean? And you know, even like when I broke my foot, I hated going to the follow-ups. You know what I mean? And so I definitely think like how scary it could have been for you that you didn't go. Like, I mean, if you wouldn't have went and said, oh, well, they removed it, I'm good now. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And I didn't go to the doctor at all. I wasn't the one to go. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I couldn't catch a cold, man. A strep throat cold. I just couldn't get sick.
I got you.
So it made me feel like I was invisible.
Okay.
Ironic, you know, young in mind.
No, well, of course, yeah. I don't get sick, so this isn't gonna happen to me. Okay.
So when they told me that I possibly had cancer, not me.
Okay, got you.
Me. But yeah, and then when they started sticking me, that's when it was real, man. And that first week, because I didn't have no port in my chest, right? My arms were like freaking heroin addict, like swollen needle marks everywhere. Really? Okay. Then they wanted to try to leave it in, like tape it up and leave it in. And I'm like, no, man, I got kids, you know, they want me to hold them, they want to play. I can't leave that in. Take it out, man. So every time I went that week, I went for a week straight, 8 hours a day. And so each time I went back, they had to poke me.
Gotcha.
And I went 1 week straight. Now I was off for 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. Now I went another week straight, off for 2 weeks. I did that for from December all the way to February. Right. And 8 hours a day, man. It's all I do is just sit there.
For sure. And so, you know, Robert, I mean, because you do have a family now, you know what I mean? And so while you're going through this, you're also having to raise a family. Yeah. How did you do so?
Man, honestly, man, that chemo, it kicked my butt, man. Okay. I ain't even lie. That treatment, even though I sat there and it was just going, it was just, it wasn't going out, it was just flowing in. Right. Just flowing in. Mm-hmm. And I was get done there, I'd be so wore out and tired. Mm-hmm. I'll go home and I'll be in the bed and I spent a lot of time alone. A lot of time alone, man. I could hear my kids playing in another room. I could hear Nadia with them. And at that time, my sister, my mom, and dad moved in with me to help, keep things afloat, my bills and stuff. So I'm like, it's like, bro, I'm like
shout
in the room.
Shout out to the family. Yeah, I'm sure that was difficult.
Yeah, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have made it. Especially my little sister Felicity. You know, she was like my wife and her Felicity. There were some strongholds for me.
Yeah, for sure.
It was sucked about it, man. Felicity, my little sister. And as I got more into my chemo treatments, the less I wanted to go. Mm-hmm. The more I wanted to stop. Right. And she didn't have really a job at that time, so she was the one taking me, man. 90% of the time, she was the one there with me. Right. Not my wife went once or twice, but she was with the kids. Right. My dad went a couple of times. My mom went once. My grandpa went a couple of times. Nemo, my homeboy, he showed up. He went twice. Okay. And then a lady from church came up once because she was my mentor when I was a kid, and she wound up getting diagnosed with breast cancer. Oh, wow. Okay. So she knew exactly what I was going through. Right. And so she showed up once to talk to me about it that first week. But my little sister took me 90% of the time. Yeah. And I remember, man, asking her, I got 3 sisters. I'm the only boy, 2 older, and Felicity the younger one. So I remember one time going in the car. It was a morning time. I was really feeling it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, where they at? And then I drowned in Max, like, where they at? And they haven't checked on me. I haven't seen them. Oh, okay. And she kind of just, like, I don't know, they're around. I'm like, all right. And because my little sister, I can't let her see me cry. Right. So I would look out the passionate window and, man, just remember balling, bro. I had to gather myself because I'm the big brother. Yeah. I can't let her see me weak, but even then I still cried, bro. Yeah. And there was mornings after that first week, it was okay, man. I ain't like that first week was okay. I'm like, okay, I got this. I can handle this. Mm-hmm. But I caught the flu. Wow. My first week getting it, I caught the flu. Okay.
And it makes it almost worse.
It made it worse, a whole lot worse. I was dehydrated. I had to go to the ER. Right. I was throwing up. My eyes was like all red from throwing up. Mm-hmm. The little things, and eyes were actually busting. So I had red eyes. Right. And so I had to go to the ER, and it was bad. They couldn't really get a vein because my veins were already degrading from chemo.
Yeah, for sure.
And I laid there. They sent me home.
Yeah.
And then that following week when I had to go see Dr. T, he looked at my blood work, bro. And he was like, man, based off your blood work, I need to put you in ICU. Like, but looking at you, you look totally fine.
Right.
And at that moment, I knew God was with me.
Yeah.
At that moment, I was like, man, God, that's you. I can't deny it. The doctor himself saying, based off blood work, I need to put you in ICU.
For sure.
But I felt horrible.
Right.
And then that was the first week. Then I advocated. I was like, I'm not coming back unless I get a port. I'm not going to let y'all stick me again 20 times to get a good vein.
Right.
Like, I do not want to go through that.
Okay.
So we had a fight to get me a port because they were like, well, you already started. It's going to be bad, have surgery, yada, yada.
Okay.
I'm like, no, man, I want a port. And my mom, she's being a nurse.
And what is a port for people who may not know?
It's like about like that big.
Yeah.
And it got a vein. It got a tube that runs straight into your vein.
Oh, okay.
So it's no longer having to stick your vein. They just,
right.
It's like if you cut out a circle on a pop pit.
Yes.
It's just like that. They just stick that. Boom.
And they just put it
and
right here on your chest.
Yeah, it connects. Okay. It's 100% all connects all the time.
Okay, got you.
And yeah, I got it on my chest. Let me scoot this back some.
Yeah.
I got it right here. I even got like a
hole like
still.
A scar. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if you want to see it.
Oh, sure.
Well, only you can see it, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can barely see it. Okay.
It used to stick out. Like if I do your elbow like that, imagine your elbow right there.
Yeah,
it just stuck out like that.
Okay.
And that's when it was a little easier.
Yeah.
The only problem about that, man, is when they did the saline and the chemo.
Okay.
Saline, I could taste it a lot faster, right?
Oh, okay, yeah. It's like is it like a metallic taste? Okay.
And then the chemo, instead of coming from my arm, it spread it from my chest.
Wow.
And so at that time, that's when I started having anxiety attacks.
Oh wow!
I didn't know at the time. I just tell them I can't breathe and my chest is closing up, and they were saying you're just anxious. Calm down, calm down.
For sure.
They even had the machine come out and put it on to make sure I wasn't having a heart attack. And then they had to start giving me my medication, Xanax, and Xanax bars. Yeah, they had to start giving me that.
Yeah,
to calm me down. But even then, outside of all that, I think the week before I started my second round, I was laying down. I had to wear a mask because that's when I just got over the flu.
For sure.
And my chest started itching. I'm like, what the hell, so I scratch it, I ignore it, itch again, I do it, and this time I pinch. I don't know why, and I do it like that. I have some hair. Like, what the hell?
Oh wow, okay.
And my mask is like that, like barely covering my face.
Yeah.
So I do like that, and my chin hair is falling out. I'm like, what the hell? So I get up and run. I think Naya was in the kitchen, so I run to her and like, babe, my hair's falling out, babe. She's like, nah. So I do like that, and then I go to my mom and dad, and my little sister there, she's in my mom and dad's room. So I tell them, I do my hair, like my hair's falling, and it wasn't so much from here; it was right here, and I was like, no, that's when I got sad, bro. For some reason, I got sad. I'm like, what the hell?
Right.
Like, why is this happening to me?
No, I understand. Yeah,
and it's just hair, bro. You wouldn't think losing your hair would make a big impact.
But that's almost like it's like telling you, okay, this is for real. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And so before I break down, I'm gonna take a shower. I took a shower, bro, and I did wash your hair, wash your body, whatever. And when I opened my eyes, man, it looked like somebody blew a fan on in the barbershop. There was hair everywhere.
Oh wow. Okay.
And that's when I stepped out the shower and I looked at myself in the mirror. I'm like, bro, like,
what was it like seeing yourself like that for the first time?
It wasn't me.
Okay.
I mean, I kept my hair short, but it was bald. Okay. Like forehead bald, like, like bald.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it's just like you're looking at yourself, but you're not who you are,
I have a question. I kind of want to go back to where, you mentioned that you were with your sister and then you might have started having some doubts that, people were actually caring enough to check on you and such. Did you ever feel that, like, you're going through all these things that for you obviously would seem like unfair?
Yeah.
And so did you ever feel like as much as people were trying to support you, you like, no, it's like, do you see what I'm trying to ask? Like, yes.
It wasn't.
Yeah. Because I think one of the biggest things is like, like I just had an uncle that recently passed away from cancer, like just a couple months ago. And it was always hard to like ask, how are you doing? When you know what I mean? I
think that's the problem that my family was having with my sister. Okay. I kept a small circle. I didn't really tell many people.
Right.
For the reason, in fact, the way I thought, I don't want nobody to be the weak link.
Okay.
If anybody's gonna be a weak link here, it's gonna be me. So y'all can lift me up if I'm getting too down.
Yes.
So that's why I told specific people. I didn't tell a lot of people. I just told specific people. And but my big sisters, you know, them being my sisters, I fear they'll be there every day.
Okay.
But they, you know, they weren't, you know, not like I wanted them to be, you know. I love them, they love me. Then I'm their little brother, you know. But they're used to me being the little big brother.
Yeah.
So the time they did showed up, I remember one time when my big sister showed up, man. After my first round, my first week, I just hugged her like, Max, man, you're hurting me, man. I don't want to do this. And she cried, you know. My big sister, I'm her little brother, so she hugged me and she said, "You're gonna be all right. You got this," you know. And she when she hugged me, I just broke down. Yeah. I really did, bro. And it wasn't fair, bro. I was serving God. I was doing everything right. I was taking care of my wife, my babies. Yeah. I had my own house. I was buying it at the age of 20. You know, I got my house a year before that. So at 21, I had my own house. I had my career. I just finished college, a bachelor's degree. I was doing well for myself. I was serving God too. You know, I was there every Sunday, every men's group. I was active, bro. And so for that to come to me, my first question was why? Why me, God? What did I do so wrong for you to punish me? You know, like then you down and cross for my sins. Then you say all that was done. So why I got to face this battle? Right.
And they're doing the best that they can to be a support system for you.
Yeah.
But like in your mind, because you're going through this, you're just kind of like,
it's
nothing's good enough. Like, is that fair to say? Like, yes, it is good enough now looking back at it, but at the time you're like,
best they could do.
It's the best that they can do. Absolutely. But
I wanted more. If you're asking, I wanted a lot more. I wanted you to be there every day. I wanted you to pick me up. I wanted you to walk me to the chemo door. I wanted you to go sit with me while I got my chemo. It wasn't fair to my little sister Felicity. She's the baby, but she had to step up, and like I said, she was there 90% of the time. Like there was times my dad went, but he left. You know what I mean? He had to go take care of business, or work and stuff.
But because it's so hard too, because like
I'm his only son.
Like, well, that and then life just doesn't pause
at all
either.
Not for
you know,
for, it kept going. Even though I had FMLA from work and whatever. Nothing stopped. My kids were still growing. My baby was still growing. By the time I got done with everything, my baby was walking. Right. You know, I didn't get. It was his first Christmas, and I didn't get to spend it with him. Right. You know, I was in the bed because I was recovering from flu and everything.
And then I imagine how hard it is for you actually going through it and stuff. And then I also imagine how hard it is for like your loved ones around you. Yeah. That like, you know, obviously they're trying to make accommodations as best as they can to be there for you and stuff. But then, you know, once again, their life doesn't stop either. They still have the bills to pay and stuff like that. Unfortunately, that's just the life we live in and stuff like that. What advice, Robert, do you give to somebody to best support a loved one going through what you went through?
Just to be there.
Yeah.
You don't gotta say a word. You don't gotta try to convince them it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
It's just being present, bro. Right. That's what matters, being present. Letting them see you, because when they're ready, they're gonna reach out to you and want to talk to you about it. But if you're not there, then who they gonna talk to? You know,
right? And your family did. Yeah, I mean, a lot of your friends.
Yeah, friends. Like, Nemo showed up for me. My sister.
A lot of people were there for you.
Even my friend that was locked up was saying his dad to go check on me.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's real love.
For sure.
And for Noel, he's been my brother since I was in junior high.
It's almost like an experience. Like you really know the people that are really there for you.
Yeah, really show up for you. Okay. And when I rang the bell, a lot of people showed up then. You know, my aunts, my cousins, Noel, Carlos. We had him on the show, Carlos.
Oh yeah, I love Carlos.
One of my friends, we broke bread together, so they showed up when I rang the bell, and my sister made a sign. My brother cancer in the balls. Yeah, I had ball cancer, you know. So
she made that's cute. I'm not gonna lie, that is cute.
Yeah, that was nice for her. Yeah.
No, I do want to, talk about you ringing the bell and stuff. So obviously you're now cancer free.
They call it remission.
They call it remission.
I call it healed. Medically, they say remission. I say healed.
Okay, got you. Can you talk to me a little bit about just, before we wrap up, you going into remission, I guess, again, I apologize for not, and then you getting to ring the bell and everything's over. So what's that all, like, how long was it before that happened?
January, February, end of February.
Oh, wow.
It was 12 weeks. Yeah.
Okay, got you.
12 weeks. I rang on the last day of my chemo, which is February 23rd. So it was a 12-week process altogether. And when I rung it, I thought it was done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I honestly thought it was done.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have to worry about it no more. Like I said, I thought my understanding is I was healed, but they called it remission.
Right.
So after I rung it, they still told me you had to worry about it coming back. So you got to come every 3 months for a checkup.
Okay.
And every 6 months, then every year. As you get further out, you know, you drop down. How many times you got to go back?
Okay.
But when I rung it, man, it felt like I just run a champion, man.
Yeah.
I was happy.
For sure.
Even though I couldn't really express it because I was so tired and wore out. I was happy. And I had family that would celebrate with me. And it was, it's just like you won a championship, man. You just ding, ding, ding. Yeah. And everybody, the nurses, everybody come to congratulate you and tell you good job. At the same time, it's like, dang, this is all I get. You know, to ring a bell. That's how it signified I beat cancer. Like, there got to be more.
Okay.
It wasn't, though. It was just ringing the bell.
Right.
I mean, but even then, that's good enough. I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
And then, you know, family was there. We took pictures. We celebrated.
Right.
But even then, there was some backstory behind that, you know, is really part of my story to tell. That affected me with God.
Okay.
I'm like, it's kind of like, how can you heal me but not them type of situation? So I had to deal with that in a separate way.
Well, you mean, when you say them, are you talking about other people that are going through this as well, or?
No, I had I knew a little girl, she got sick at the same time I got sick.
Oh, wow.
Hers was a little different.
Okay.
But the day I rung the bell was the day she passed. So
wow.
And I knew her. I know her family and everything.
Yeah.
They're real close to me. I love them. They supported me and my mom, and we support them. You know, their family.
Yeah.
And so the day I rung my bell, it was joyful. Then later the day we get that news.
Okay.
And it hit me more because I'm like, you know, how can you let me keep going? Why not her? So it had to do with my faith, you know? And that's when it's really, like you said, faith battle.
Okay.
But that's when it really hit me.
Right.
Because it wasn't fair.
Well, because a lot of people, I feel like, would lose faith at that point. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Because it's like, how can I continue to pray to you, healing this when this happened on the side?
Yeah.
Like I said, it's not my story to tell, but it connects with me.
Okay.
Because how can I really celebrate and say God's a healer when he didn't heal her? But even then, our job is to pray.
Okay.
Our job is to believe. It's in his hands. That's what the Bible says.
Right.
To pray.
Okay.
You know? So I live with that. That's why for the longest I never told nobody about my story, bro.
Okay, gotcha.
Cause I feel my story's wrapped in with it.
Okay.
Even then there's victory there. Her funeral was beautiful.
Right.
Amazing. So many people packed out. She touched so many people, and that just gives me inspiration of when I go, I want a funeral like that. I want to know that I touched a lot of people.
Okay.
If she can do it in her time frame of a few years, then what can I do with all the time God's given me?
Okay. Wow.
I'm sorry getting off subject, but
No, you're not. It's definitely powerful, and you know, I can't imagine thinking about like how you went through all that, and I applaud you for your bravery for coming on to, you know, talk to us about your situation. You know, you mentioned that you're in remission right now.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in remission?
4 years.
4 years.
So now I'm down to once a year.
Okay. So that's some pretty good stats going forward. Yeah. Have you had to make any major life changes post ringing the bell and stuff like that? Like in regards to like taking care of yourself more? Like, I mean, are you still, you know what I mean?
I gained some weight.
Okay. No, but you know what I mean, right? Like, I mean, so there's probably, I mean, like.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest changes I've taken is I'm not letting opportunities pass by me.
Right. Okay.
I'm no longer in the back waiting for somebody to come get me. I'm in the front.
Okay.
Yeah, my mentality now is you're gonna see me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a difference wherever I'm at. I'm gonna be that light in the darkness.
For sure.
And a lot of times, like I said before that, I'll just let opportunities go by. I'll do that later. And I'll apply for that job later. I'll talk to that person later. Now, any chance I get, I'm gonna let my story be told. And that's just something inside of me. There's somebody out there facing something that we don't know. It may not be cancer. Okay. It may be a job loss. It may be them losing somebody. But my story, yes, there's despair, there's fear, there's sadness. But at the end of the day, there's victory.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean, it's not me. It's all God, you know?
Okay.
And I'm not. That's another thing I don't like speaking about it because I don't want. I always get told, "Oh, you're a soldier, you're a warrior." Mm-hmm. But you didn't see me in reality. You didn't see me crying every day.
Right.
You didn't see me looking in the mirror and seeing death every day. It wasn't my own strength that got me there.
Gotcha.
You know, it was part of my belief that got me there, and guys would, the guys would carry me through it.
Oh, wow, Robert, that is some powerful stuff. Do you ever want to use this opportunity to be like a motivational speaker when it comes to stuff? I mean, you went through it for 4 years and you're good now. You know what I mean? And now you're down to only getting checked just once a year? Or is that,
I just recently had my 1 year checkup back in March.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And so you obviously, there's a lot of people that survive this, you know what I mean? And then there's unfortunately a lot of people who don't, you know? Do you ever feel like you're maybe put in this place to be a motivational speaker when it comes to it and say, you know, I can really touch the lives of people that are going through something similar and, you know, maybe encourage you to go get checked out and stuff like that?
Yeah, I believe what I went through was for a purpose.
Okay.
You know, I don't doubt anything I haven't been through haven't been for a purpose.
Right.
And what the hardest part about I believe is speaking to somebody about it is when they lost somebody behind it.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of it gets that, why'd you survive and not them type of feeling. I've been asked that too by people that's close to me, like, why'd you survive? You know, and it was a hard question to ask because honestly, I can say I'm a fighter. I was born fighting, and I wasn't gonna take no loss. Okay. But at the end of the day, it could have went left easily.
Absolutely.
Easily. There was times where I felt so weak to breathe, man.
Right.
Times I told you, this time I thought of suicide. I never thought that.
Right.
I was never one to think about taking my life ever.
Right.
But during that time frame, you don't know how many times it passed my mind looking at the closet. I'm like, I can end this all right now.
Wow.
I don't got to go through this. I can end this.
And you know, it goes back to saying when I was asking you earlier, because you're going through this situation that's obviously very traumatizing and such, and you're almost put like in this negative mindset where like, the people around you are doing the best they can, but you are feeling like, no, you're not. And this is all unfair. You know what I mean? And now I'm like getting thoughts of suicide almost. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you know, and do you think back at those moments and say, wow, like I really did overcome this and the people around me really did the best they could. You know what I mean? And
now that I think about it now, I see it as I take the harder route. Mm-hmm. It's easy. I'm not saying it's easy to die, but it's harder to live.
Okay.
Especially when you're going through the chemo treatment and your body's eating itself up.
Right.
You're getting weaker. Your face is sunk in. You don't recognize yourself.
Right.
Like I said, when I looked in the mirror, all I seen was death.
Right.
And I had to keep telling myself, this is how I think how it helped me overcome it, because I kept telling myself, you're healed. You're healed. I ain't see it. I ain't feel it.
Right.
If you would have seen me, you would have, dang, boy, you look like death.
Wow.
You know, you would have told me that. Yeah. I honestly did. Body sunk in, bone sunk in, and sometimes it was just hard for me to breathe.
Okay.
It was hard for me to breathe. It was like I had a weight on my chest.
Wow.
And there was times where I would lay there, and Nadia, as being my wife, she'll lay like kind of not on me, but hugging me.
Yeah.
She'll cry. And
Nadia.
She had to be strong for me, for the kids.
For the kids, yeah.
And I remember one time she was hugging me. Felicity walked in the room, and my little sister, and all she could do was hug Nadia, just crying, bro.
Yeah.
They were more so crying. I know I was too tired to even cry at that time, bro.
Yeah.
And I just got done with my chemo treatment. I was just laying there like, God, this ain't fair, God. This ain't fair. Why are you putting us through this? And but in the mornings, man, when I had to go to that chemo treatment,
right.
I was like a kid that didn't want to go to school.
Right.
You know, babe, I don't want to go today. Don't make me, babe.
Right.
And she was like, you got to, you got this. And my little sister, same thing. And I'll cry, bro. I ain't even lying. I'll cry.
Right. Yeah. For sure.
I wasn't much of a crier, but just going through that, man. That's the only thing. That's the only way I could express myself. You know,
yeah, absolutely.
You're fighting something you can't touch.
Yeah.
I can't go in and I'm done.
Right.
You know, it was a fight. And it felt like the harder I stepped forward to beat it, the harder it hit me.
Right.
And then too, my doctor, he wanted to take the aggressive route of it. You know, he could have took a lighter route. You know, now that I'm looking back at it, he could have, okay, we're gonna branch this out over a couple of days. We're gonna do this like this. No, he said we're gonna take aggressive route. gave me the hardest chemo. I can't remember the name of it. It was the hardest one because he told me that I was gonna lose my hair, but at the end of it all,
right.
So I wasn't expecting to lose it a week after my first chemo round.
Okay.
And then when I seen old people there, bro, it just like, think, how can you do this? It's eating me up. I imagine it was doing to you. But then too, not everybody's chemo treatment was the same.
Right.
Like mine was more aggressive. There's probably more light.
Gotcha. Yeah, for sure.
They do it different for everybody. And, I remember I met this old lady there, man. I met her 3 times. A little old lady. And what's crazy about her is the reason I remember her because I had a dream about her. I had 4 dreams about her, and they weren't pretty. They weren't nice. It was kind of like in a scary movie when the old lady's trying to take you.
Oh yeah.
It was just like that 4 times. Exact same. I'm laying there and she's like, "Come with me," and behind her nothing but darkness.
Right.
Come with me, and I'm sitting there screaming, yelling at her like, "No, I can't." And I wake up sweating and stuff, and crying, and even on top of that, bro, I remember one time, right when first I got diagnosed and everything, I was asleep taking a nap, and I rolled over to the right, and in my corner I seen a black shadow, and it came at me.
Oh.
And I remember screaming, "Oh shit!" And I kicked and punched. Yeah. And I'm laying down in the bed, Nadia and the kids are there watching TV, and she turned the light. What's wrong? Yeah. I'm like, it was coming for me. It's coming for me, and nothing's there. She turned the light on. There's nothing there, and I was spooked.
Yeah, for sure.
Spooked. It's like you go to Cameron Park when you're younger and get scared and you just kind of like have to chill. That's how I was.
Okay, I got you.
And I was afraid for no reason.
Yeah.
It just spooked the crap out of me. My mom and dad got there. They prayed for me and that that's why I knew it was gonna be a fight. It wasn't gonna be easy.
Okay, but you made it through it. Yeah. And I'm so grateful to see that you look healthy.
Oh yeah, I gained some weight.
You look great. I'm so sorry that you and your family had to deal with all that. And I'm just so proud that you're alive and well. And I really hope that you can really help touch and inspire people that are going through this, that might be losing hope, that are gonna throw in the towel like you said you were going to, and just keep fighting. That's the worst thing we
can do, man, is give it up.
Yeah.
Worst thing.
Gosh, Robert, unfortunately, we have to wrap up. We could sit here for hours.
Yeah, we could. I could.
Yeah, no, but honestly, I really appreciate you coming on and sharing your story. Post cancer and life now, you and the kids and the wife Nadia, who I love. Shout out to her.
Yeah.
How are things? What do you guys do and stuff? Are you guys working on anything or?
Well, right now we're just working on getting a bigger house.
Okay.
I went back to school, get a master's in social work.
Yeah.
I wanted to help more people.
Oh, awesome.
So I'm doing that, school, full-time work, full-time parent.
Yeah.
We're busy. I'm busy.
Okay. Gotcha.
But I just wanted to come on. I want to thank you for letting me come on.
No, yeah.
I feel like, if anybody's, I hope it helps somebody what you're going through. It's not easy.
Right.
It's not.
We'll continue to pray for you and your family. Anybody who's affected by this disgusting disease, I've seen it take too many people, and it's so sad. I've had people on the show. It doesn't
discriminate either.
It doesn't.
Black, white, Mexican, old, young.
Yeah, and that was part of the reason why I had you on, because you were so young and you were healthy and you were athletic, and it still happened to you. And then even the visual, like, oh, this is cancer, but then for it to have spread to your kidney, we gotta check ourselves.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like yearly checkup. If you, as soon as you feel something awkward, man, go to the doctor. Yeah. Don't wait on it. Don't sit on it. I think if I would have went sooner, I wouldn't have to go through everything I went through.
Okay.
So as soon as you feel something awkward, a lump, a bump, a pain, man, that's what doctors are for. They went to school. They know what they know. So you go check them out, and even if you're a believer, a Christian, man. God gave these people the knowledge and wisdom to know what they're doing. You can say God, like me, I was putting God in the box. I wanted him to heal me supernaturally. Okay. But no, he's not somebody you put in a box. He can use anything, use anybody to heal you, touch you. Yeah. So that's what we as Christians, I believe we mess up. Gotcha. Put him in a box. But no, you can't contain him. Okay. He's gonna do what he's gonna do when he wants to do it. Right. And how he wants to do it. Yeah. For me, unfortunately, he delivered me through the pain.
Right.
You know, and I made me a lot wiser, a lot smarter.
Yeah.
A lot more grateful. If anything, a lot more grateful.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I mean, you were open, you know, prior to us talking, like you were open about like a lot of things that you did in the past that you're not so proud of, you know, like in regards to infidelity and stuff like that. And I was gonna say, do you think this puts you in a different headspace, like going through all this? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, most definitely makes me more grateful for my wife, my kids, my parents,
for sure,
the ones that showed up for me, and
shout out to your sister. Shout out to your friends. Shout out to everybody. Your wife, who I love. Shout out Nadia. I love you. She's so kind. And
so beautiful.
Yeah. Wow. God, Robert. Again, we could sit here for hours. Unfortunately, we do have to go. But no, thank you for sharing this. Honestly, this powerful story. I really, you know, like I said, we touch on real topics here on the Public Affair, and while most episodes are a lot more inappropriate, you know, this is a real situation that people are going through, unfortunately, and it's out there. Yeah, it's out there, and you know, guys, let's just keep faith, let's stick together, and anybody who needs a support system, you know, reach out to your family, your friends.
Yeah, most definitely. I think I made a mistake of keeping it closed.
Okay.
Because after I got done, there was a lot of people reached out to me like, bro, if I would have known, I would have been there.
Right.
You know,
but everything happened for a reason, for sure.
Everything happened for a reason. And
God, and Robert, you know, if you got, just thank you and for sharing this story. I tried not to cry so many times, okay? But no, you're definitely a warrior. You're definitely a brave person. You're definitely strong. Yeah. I wish you and your family nothing but health in the future and success. And God, thank you. Thank you so much for this very
glory to him, man.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to leave us with? Anything last minute shout outs? Any like words of encouragement? Anything like that?
Yeah, man. For the ones that are going through it, cancer, like I said, just recent loss, whatever. Mm-hmm. There's a reason behind it. Don't be afraid to speak on it. Mm-hmm. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Mm-hmm. You know, with cancer alone, it's scary. You hear that word cancer, you get scared, you freeze up. But even if God don't heal you how he wants you, like how you want to, it doesn't mean that he's not with you.
Okay.
He's going to be there. He's going to guide you through it. And most importantly, don't lose faith. Don't lose hope.
Right.
Always fight. Even if you got to kick and scream to the finish line, cry every day, you just keep going forward with it. And reach out to your family and loved ones. Know that they're for you. They're support. It's about that support being there. Even if you don't want to talk, just have them there.
Right.
And it'll all work out. And give a shout out to my wife. I love you, babe, Nadia. And my kids, my sisters. You know, my mom and dad. Andrew, thank you for having me here. I know your name now.
Okay. Robert, don't get beat up after this, all right?
No, but thank you it was an honor. When you reached out to me, I was like, what do I got to offer for you?
Goodness. But no,
it's an honor being here.
It's definitely something I just felt like in my soul I had to touch on again. And unfortunately, it's something that's affected my family and some close loved ones all too often in the past few months. And I've been quiet about it as well.
We got to speak out about it.
Yeah, we have to.
Somebody needs to encourage me.
This is a disgusting disease, but I'm grateful to know you, and I'm grateful that you came on the show to tell your story, and I really hope that it can touch some people and give people some hope. Wow. Okay. Robert Arechiga, I'm trying not to cry. Shit. Okay. Thank you so much for coming on this episode of The Public Affair. Okay. Thank you to everybody who tuned in and watched this very, very important, informative episode of the show. Before we go, I definitely want to use this opportunity again to once again thank you. Shout out to everybody in Robert's circle, including his family, sisters, mother and father, friends, everybody that supported him, and anybody who's going through this, you know, just reach out and don't be scared. Gosh, before we wrap up, guys, I definitely want to give a shout out to just a few more of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to you by Soko Soccer Academy with Dominic Gutierrez and Ariana Gutierrez, located on Franklin Drive. They offer team, small group, and individual skill training. They also have elite skills training to make your kid a superb star athlete. They also have open play on Monday nights and Wednesday nights for ages 16 and older at 8:30 with Coach Amaro. I call him Silly Benz because he's Silly Benz. It's only $5 to play. Make sure you follow on Facebook at Soko Soccer Academy and on Instagram at Soko Soccer 254. Thank you, Soko Soccer Academy, for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to Boyle Box and Audio with my boy Jeffrey Monreal, home for all your LED needs and auto accessories, installation of stereos, door speakers, and audio systems. He also specializes in building custom subwoofer enclosures and much more. Definitely a jack of all trades. And if you want your car looking super snackish like mine, you're gonna hit up my boy Jeffrey Monreal, your one-stop shop to get everything done in one roof. Don't you love him? I love that guy.
I know him too.
He's the kindest person. Oh, I love him. He's so smart.
He did my tent.
Yeah, mine too. Yeah. Yes. And my car. And let me not go there. Okay. To everyone out, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. And of course, the Fat Boy Michelada and Botana, my boy Junior Banda, who provides the best Michelada and Botana plates for yourself or for a party. He has a menu of tons of different items, including Botana bowls, chamoy, pickles, and more. And he's constantly working on more things. He's locally operated, so make sure you get the best and not the rest. Follow on Facebook and Instagram at Fat Boy Michelada y Botana and place your order now. Now, can I just say, Junior Banda, be checking on me. That guy supports this show like, geez, I love that guy. Thank you so much, Junior Banda, for all your support. To everybody who tuned into this episode, thank you guys again so much for taking this direction with me. It was definitely sensitive. It was hard for me to try and touch on, and I really hope that, I mean, I'm thankful that you came on and shared your story, and I hope I made you feel comfortable. And I just
believe somebody got to hear it. It helps somebody. It helps somebody.
I agree.
Even if it's just one person, and
right.
we did our job.
We had this. I had to use this platform for this. I'm sorry, I just did. You know what I mean? No So Robert, thank you. Thank you so, I'm trying. Okay. And don't forget, darling, to always keep it between us.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.
Are you a podcaster? Let's talk podcast hosting. Are you tired of your current podcast host? Need real support in a community that gets it? At Rogue Media Network, we offer top-tier podcast hosting services to help you thrive. From hosting and distribution to dedicated support, we've got you covered. Starting as low as $25 a month. Join our community of passionate podcasters today. Contact us at hello@roguemedianetwork.com.